Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Angela March. I don't know if so. I guess I'm going to say that in front of every video. Anyway, hello. We are in the process of reading my book, Someone You Loved by A. Story, A. Story. It is a not completely romance. It's more of a story. It's more of a love story with romance elements. So, where did the name "Someone You Loved" came from? Where did that come from? Louis Capaldi. Anyway, Louis Capaldi, we'll say. His song, Someone You Loved, I get a lot of inspiration from music. And it will inspire me to create a story in my head, and then I'll want to create a story for a book. So that is where I got the inspiration for this book, Someone You Love by Louis Capaldi. I'm awful. I should really know how to say this guy's last name. He's really cool though. He's got a cool backstory. Louis Capaldi. I don't know if he was on one of the music talent shows, maybe. Got Talent Britain. He's British. But anyway, this book is inspired by his song, Someone You Loved. All right. So this week we're on 1314. So let's get into it. I wake to the slamming of the bathroom door. I roll over and see it's almost 10. I rub my eyes and roll back over to my stomach, knowing I'm in for an earful from my judgmental daughter. The bathroom door opens as a scent of flowers wash across the room. Are you up? Yes, I'm awake. I'm ordering room service. Sounds good. I kept waiting for the criticisms, but she left the room, closing the door behind her without a word. I'm shocked. Deciding to wait until breakfast arrives before I sit up and slide my feet into the plush rug. Mia is pouring coffee when I walk out of the bedroom. She looks at me and smiles. Coffee? Yes, thank you. I'm so confused. I take the cup and watch her lift the silver domes off the food, then unwrap the fruit. Then she unwraps the fruit. Are you going to sit down? I shrug as I sit down, and she places my plate in front of me. After she sits down and says, Mom, Someone knocks and panic runs through me. Paul. I'm not ready to answer why I left. I was the aggressor to kick things off, then I let him take over. I stand to get the door. I close my robe tightly and swing open the door to a massive arrangement of flowers. Delivery from Miss Samantha Braxton. Yes, I said, a little too giddy. That's me. The smile that stretches across my face hurts. You can set them down over there. He places them in the center of the dining table in the center of our breakfast. Thank you. I give me a minute to get your cash for your tip, I said, turning to the bedroom. That's been taken care of, Miss Braxton. Enjoy your day. Mia, do you see a card over there? You seriously don't know who they're from? She snorts a laugh. Because I found the answers concerning real estate mogul Paul Nicholas Windward of Windward Real Estate that sold over $300 million in real estate last year alone. I slowly walk around the table to stand in front of her. What are you talking about? She sits back in her chair with her cup of coffee, crossing her legs with a smug look on her face. What, Mia? I know a few other things. What did you do? Google him before I could? Her smugness disappears. I wanted to know who you were having dinner with, and now I know who you slept with as well. Her comment hit me wrong. That's none of your business. You are glowing in a sexy way. Jay tells me I glow after he fucks me. Mia! She shrugs. This is how you want to talk? This is how you talk to your friends? That's what you want, right? Adult conversations and adult situations. I know what she's doing. I see her. Oh, okay. I came so hard while his hand was smacking my ass, fucking me from behind. I lied, straight face as the color drained from hers. Okay, you win. I say we keep certain things and details out of our new relationship conversations. She nods. That's a deal. When I moved the arrangement after breakfast, all I could do was think how delicious last night was. Just like the delicious fragrance of these flowers. The phone rings. Shit, that has to be Paul. Hello? Sam, did you lose your phone? Maggie asked with stress in her voice as my eyes dart around for my bag last night. No, it never rang, I respond, dumping all the contents out of on the table. My phone, and there's my phone spinning around. I try to turn it on. The battery must have died. Hold on. I set the receiver down and grabbed Mia's charger on the side table and plug it in. Sorry about all that. So what's going on? Mr. Daniel hates to bother you while you're on vacation, but we have a new artist that's being signed. Sarah did the contract. We need you to sign off so we can move forward. I've never seen this happen so fast. Okay, just email me the docs and I'll look them over as soon as I get them. Okay, sending now. Who is it? Oh, it's that band, War Roses, the band that Mia likes. I take a hard seat on the arm of the sofa, trying not to drop the phone. I'll be on the first plane out. You don't have to leave your vacation early. Maggie, find me two tickets on the next plane back. Are you sure? Absolutely. Text me the flight info. My hands were shaking and a knot formed in my stomach. Mia, pack your bags. It's time to go. What? What do you mean? We have 2 more days. I'm headed back to LA for an important meeting. You always put your work first. You never put me first. I put family first for 18 years. As my life took a back seat, don't get it twisted. Stay until your flight on Tuesday. Relax. Enjoy being on the phone with Jay. Blow, mother. I get a text from Maggie about 2 flights. Whatever, your choice. There's a red eye tonight. Maggie has you on that flight if you choose. What about you? Maggie has secured a flight for me to leave in 2 hours. 1 hour later, I leave my daughter in the room glaring at me. Maggie secured me a ride back to LA on a private jet with random entertainers and film executives, maybe a few D-list actors. The only reason I was able to get on this flight was my assistant that was staying. The only reason I was able to get on this flight was that an assistant that was staying an extra day. Maggie told me during her interview a year ago that she had connections. I'm happy to say she does. My car pulls onto the tarmac and we stop just shy of the plane. The driver gets out and gathers my bags. Thank you, I hand over some cash. The plane was small and full. I smiled and made my way to the last empty seat. I buckle up, ready to be in the air so I can gather my thoughts and read over the documents. An hour from LA, I slide my buds out of my ears before rubbing my eyes. They are getting so screwed. Excuse me? I shake my head. Oh, it's nothing. I like stories about getting screwed. His accent was country? I laugh. It's more like lube. It's more like hot. I laugh. It's more like lube or going in hot and dry. He burst out laughing. To lube or not to lube is the question, he said, cackling. That sums it up. I like you. I'm Mitchell, Big Dog Handler. You can call me Mitch or Big Dog, doesn't matter. Samantha Braxton, attorney, Starlight Music Entertainment Law. That's my agency. Starlight? I question. My curiosity is engaged and now understand how I got the seat. Really? What department? Erotic films. Oh. I'm Music. You work in my building? Nah, I'm some nobody from North Carolina with a massive dick. I sent in a video of me and my dick jerking off. Then boom, I'm a porn star. My agent works there. I couldn't help but glance when he lifted his crotch off the seat to pull out his wallet. Here, Wallace Bash is my guy. Scan the card for the agent's name because this is the first time I've heard about an erotic division at the firm. Then I spot it. Starlit Films and Entertainment. The flight is almost over. I won't correct him. It's not worth my time. Please buckle up, the attendant smiles. We land with a thud and bounced a few times. Santa Ana winds have kicked up. My apologies about the bumpy landing, the pilot announces over the intercom. We stop and the door opens. It was nice meeting you, Samantha. Maybe I'll see you around, Mitch says. Yes. Yeah, stay safe out there. I handed my card. If you ever need anything in the law department. Wow, thank you. I nod before he smiles and exits the plane. My car is waiting. I can't wait to get to the office and read this through again. There must be a happy middle. I won't let these guys get screwed, even though it's my job to make the firm as much money as I can. Then there's that bonus in my percentage. I laugh, which my daughter will most likely spend in Hawaii because she's pissed. I put work ahead of her, even though she flipped and put Jay ahead of us. It's always contradictory. I will be there for the contract negotiations, Nico Lane. I'll see you soon, I say to myself. My car drops me off in front of our building, and Maggie is waiting with coffee when I step off the elevator. She hands me my cup. You didn't have to be here. It's just normal contracts, right? I debate on telling her that Nico Lane and War Roses is getting screwed in royalties for the first 2 years. They need just a little revising. Okay, do I need to order food? Yeah, but you don't have to stay. I pulled Minnie a one-nighter all alone. She tilts her head. Not if I'm on your team, Chinese or Mexican. Your choice. I said, walk into my office, leaving my luggage by the door. A little after 4 a.m, I'm satisfied with the contracts. They are fair, with Starlight, of course, coming out ahead. Done, Maggie says across the room, hitting save and then print. Okay, home for what? 4 hours, I question? Actually, the meeting is at 11. The band had a gig tonight or something, so they moved the meeting back. Oh, we both could use a few hours. Yes, she said, walking over to the printer and gathering the docs. Let's get out of here. You need a ride? No, I'll call a car. She walks over and picks up the phone and places a request for a car. 20 minutes? That's enough time to straighten up and get downstairs. I'm restless. I flip over on my back and wait for the sun to finish rising. I wonder if Mia stayed or got on that flight last night. Did Paul call the room asking for me? We didn't exchange numbers. I never got to thank him for the flowers. I didn't leave instructions with Mia on what to say if he called. I roll to my side. Who cares? I'm seeing Nico in 3 hours. What if the band isn't coming and it's their manager and attorney instead? Do they even have representation? I don't remember seeing that. Crap. Irritation and uncertainty gets me to my feet. I need to run off this energy. I step off the elevator at 10, feeling like a badass in my black tight calf-length pencil skirt, sky-high red bottoms, and a crisp white short-sleeve Oxford. Maggie's eyes light up when I approach her desk. Wow, you look amazing for such little sleep. Thanks. Thank you. Everything is on your desk, ready to go. Thank you. I'll take I take my messages she's holding and strut to my office, ready to face Nico Lane. I was standing at the front of the conference room talking with the other senior executives when their manager, Walter Grayson, walked in, followed by the rest of the band. My breath caught when Nico entered last, his vibrant blue-gray eyes bored into mine as he made his way to a chair, looking more angry than excited about a record deal. I stopped listening to my peers as nervous energy took hold of my insides. I walk over to Maggie, take the contracts, hoping his gaze will falter and leave me until after the meeting. There's an intensity coming from him I can't decipher. As hard as I try, I can't ignore him or his presence. He has my attention, and from the looks of it, I have his. 14. There she is, my desire. She's been unattainable, unreachable. Now she's within reach. My eyes scale her beautiful body, her tight black skirt, hugging her perfect ass and thighs. Her cheeks are flushed. Her face is perfectly heart-shaped. Her hazel eyes flashing with green. Her hazel eyes flashing green with nerves. She's nervous? About what? She's such a mystery right now. However, she's more gorgeous every time I lay eyes on her. Gentlemen, if we can take our seats so we can get started. The room scrambles and files in around an oblong table. An assistant walks around the table, placing folders in front of each of us. Samantha glances at me. She didn't think I would be here. She didn't think I would be here watching her. Okay, if you would open your folders, we'll go over everything and answer any questions at the end of each segment. Sam, it's her turn to speak. After a few minutes, her words blurred as I was concentrating on the way her mouth formed O's and U's. I wanted to slide my finger between her beautiful lips so I could feel how hard she could suck. Why did she have to be so drunk in Vegas? Why would she even want to be with me unless she's had copious amounts of alcohol? She's so out of my league, but I can't get her out of my mind. She moved around the room with confidence. The nervousness I saw earlier has been replaced with power and knowledge. What a fucking turn on she is. When the time clocked 2 hours in, I could tell my bandmates were getting restless and had already tuned her out. Our manager Walter is getting the shakes. His booze intake from last night's show leaving his system. Me, on the other hand, I could sit here all day and watch her. I'm captivated by her. The way she talks, walks, pivots on her left foot, causing her calf muscles to flex in those sexy-ass heels. I was the one that insisted we be present at this meeting, hoping she would be involved. Her eyes scanned the table before resting on me. Any questions so far? The table either shook their heads or said no before she continued. Okay, there's only 3 more sections, then we will be finished, she said, flashing the room a quick smile. 30 minutes later, we were done. Okay, that's it, Mr. Rothstein said, standing up. Any questions about anything we discussed today? My card is in the back of your folder, she said, walking back to her spot at the head of the table. I flip open the folder and grab her card, putting it in my pocket. I know this was a lot of information to absorb in a small period of time, so we would like to take all of you to the Ivy for a celebratory lunch, Mr. Rothstein announces. Everyone stood and started gathering their things. I stayed in my seat. Nico, you coming? I have a few Questions I would like to ask Miss Braxton. I watched her as she looked over at me. Okay, we'll see you at the Ivy. We both stayed still as everyone filed out of the room. The tension after everyone had left was exhilarating. I remained seated. She stood with her fingers resting on the table, her eyes cast down. Her breath was shallow and quick. She cleared her throat before looking at me. You have questions? Why did you leave my show? Twice. She blinks and licks her lips before answering. Honestly, I can't trust myself around you. Her response took me by surprise. You don't know me enough to have that conclusion, I responded, standing and crossing the space between us. She looked directly into my soul. It's not about you. It's about me. I know who I am, she said, taking a step back. Who are you? A 40-year-old. You're a little young, she said, barely above a whisper. I see a gorgeous, intelligent female. I don't care about a number. She looks at me. You should. You're what, mid-20s? 25, but who cares? I watch as she shakes her head slightly, her lips smashed together. I care. That's 15 years. That's a lot of life and a lot of living. I've lived many lives. She nods again before answering. So have I. She looks down. I just started living my dream. I put my life on hold when I became a mother at 18. When I was your age, I was taking care of a 6-year-old daughter, my ex-husband's mother, who was dying with dementia. I had an absent husband who was still seeking his degree. And look at you with that body, those brains, and gorgeous face. I smile at his immature flattery, but I'll take it. That's nice. That's sweet of you to say. Now how about that drink? Okay, I know a place. I do too. The Ivy. When she takes a step by me, I take her wrist. I meant just us. She looks down at my hand. Not today. We both turn our attention to the knock on the door. Your car is downstairs, Maggie tells us. Do I have a lapse in my schedule for this? She nods. 3 hours. You ready? I ask her. I nod. I'm ready. She nods. I'm ready. The best decision of my day was walking behind her so I could watch her walk in that skin-tight skirt. Damn, she looks good. Our car was a Tahoe. After you, Cinderella, I said, offering my hand. Cheers to fairy tales that delude little girls into thinking a prince will save them, she said with a smart-ass tone. I lean in close to her exposed neck and whisper, cheers to the men who know how to be a gentleman in public, an aggressive, satisfying lover in the bedroom. She slides in and I follow. Cheers to that, she smirks. You'll see. She laughed once. It was one big ha! Then a coy roll of her shoulder. Maybe we'll see. Wait a minute. Then a coy roll of her shoulder. That's what they all say. I'm in lust. I gaze at her profile, the sexy curve of her neck, the jawline, that's perfect to gently squeeze, holding her face so I can watch her release with pleasure. Her toned legs, strong inner thighs are my favorite. That's where females squeeze when they orgasm, trying to close off their pussies, sometimes denying themselves their full pleasure potential. We're here. The movement of her raspberry lips snapped me out of my thoughts. Less than 10 minutes. I could have walked here in 2. However, nobody walks in LA. Missing Persons, Spring Session, 1982. Great album. She pats me on my thigh. Impressive. I told you there's more to me than meets the eye. She lifts her face and again with one big ha. I've gone from lust to fallen in love. I jump out and race around to open her door before the driver can. When I open the door, her cheeks are red as she stifles a laugh. Thank you. She takes my hand and steps onto the sidewalk where the paparazzi are always lurking. That's why people come to the Ivy, to be seen, and I want to be seen with her. That concludes 13 and 14. I'm having so much fun. It's been a few years since I've read this book. 2 years since I've read this book. It's such a good book. It's so funny. Anyway, thank you for reading along. If you're following along, listening along, whatever you're doing along with me, I appreciate it, right? Thank you. I hope everybody has a good week. Yeah. It's September, and I'm ready for fall. I'm just not a summer person. It just won't let me be my best. I don't know. Anyway, I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for fall vibes, that cozy. Let's get, where you sit out on your patio and just have, a sweatshirt on, but kind of cool air on your face. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Louis Gabaldi for singing this song that I could be inspired by to write my own story, to express my own way, to express myself in my own way in the form of art, which is my sometimes books I like to write. Anyway, thank you. See you in the next one.